Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. So, you probably saw from the title. You remember that video I told you that I was not going to do? Well, here I am. I'm going to do it. But it's only because a very dear old friend of mine, and when I say old, I don't mean age old, okay? I mean like we have been friends forever. And, well, she heard my video. Wasn't even knowing she was watching it, okay? But she heard the video and went and bought me this at Ulta. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. But this is why I stopped with the P.O. box. One of the reasons. The biggest reason was because I love getting mail from you guys. But the biggest reason was because of how much it went up. When I first got my mailboxes, I don't know. But let's just say they went up way too high a month. Even getting rid of my other businesses' boxes, it was still too high for me to keep the Glitzy Fritzy box. So I thought, okay, well, it always makes me feel bad when people do this anyway. So I'll just get rid of that mailbox. And well, that produced another problem. That produced people asking me in DMs for my address all the time. And so I feel really bad telling you guys you can't have my address, but I want you to know that this person already had my address because they are a personal friend of mine, okay? And they sent me this palette. Since I have it, we'll go ahead and we'll do this eye look, and then we'll talk about this palette, okay? Want to? Yeah, yes you do, or you wouldn't have clicked on the video, so roll it. Roll that footage. Before anybody asks what these are, they're silicone eye patches from Pacifica that you put your own whatever, serum, moisturizer, whatever, under. Love them. Haven't bought any pre-mades, you know. Well, this is pre-made, but you know what I mean. I haven't made, gotten any that have, serum of their own. Since I started using these, because these are fantastic. It lets me use my own. But anyway, I just got my hair cut. And you know what I love about it is, like, I just woke up. Pretty much. I can go out of the house because my hair looks exactly the same. I don't look like Phyllis Diller when I wake up. But anyway, I think I will go ahead and just to get my bangs up off my forehead, because we'll probably, use some other Natasha Denona stuff since we're doing this. Let's get it open. Let's do the swatches. I'll show you them, and we'll talk and put this on. Sandal, cream matte, medium caramel. Burnt, sparkling foiled, light, medium, pale copper. Brook, sparkling foiled, medium brown. Villa, metallic, light, warm, icy nude. Kissed, metallic satin, medium caramel. Lazy, matte light, medium sandy nude. Dip, cream matte, coffee bean brown. Spritz, sparkling wet, medium brass. Daydream, metallic satin, medium dark brown. Serene, sparkling foiled, medium rusty nude. Soft spot, matte, medium sandy brown. Celeste, metal gloss, light icy beige. Paddle, matte light, medium neutral nude. Toasted, metallic, medium toasty brown. Glide, cream matte, medium dark toasty brown. I can tell you right off, Spritz is going to be a problem for me. See, if it's a sparkly shade, then there's little microscopic glitters in it that are going to come down unless you secure them somehow. And you are looking at the ones that Natasha Denona outright says have sparkles in them. But I also found that Celeste has it. It's just a formula that I'm going to tell you about in a minute, but it is less, not no, just less of a problem than the other four for me. But even if you did that, when you wash, or whoosh, when you wash your face, okay, even when you do a double cleanse, because like I went in there and I took, oil, double cleansing oil. That one was from PLouise. It's a really good one. After doing 3 times with that, there's still microscopic glitter on my arm. So if you see anything that says sparkles or something like that, and if it says that, you can pretty much bank that that's the kind of shade that I usually put an X through. I'm not always going to have a benefactor who's going to send me this, right? I mean, because I can't just give everyone here my address. My husband would kill me if I did that. I mean, obviously, if it was something like, a company that I'm on their PR list, like, BK Beauty. By the way, did you guys see this? This is the new one, the brush holder travel thing. Yeah, they have it in blush now. So this is nice, right? I love these things. They're so nice to organize your brushes. Or, like the other day at QVC, HSN, the Home Shopping Network, been around forever. This is how we used to shop before the internet, right? Well, I mean, they have a website too, so you can go there. But they sent me these Birks, so that I would tell you guys, hey, you can get all kinds of stuff. Really, you can. You remember QVC and HSN shopping that way, right? Well, they have a website. You can go there and shop. But, so they sent me these Birks or whatever. If you're a big company like that, then Shy Guy's okay with you having the address, because he knows nobody from QVC is going to come over to my house. But he will not let me give it. So I'm not always going to have a friend that I've had forever and a day. Okay, like my high school BFF or whatever. They know where I live already. Gosh, I just like blah, 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 right? Well, since I'm not always going to be able to do what I say I'm not going to do, just go to like your Sephora or wherever you can get your hands on this palette, Ulta or wherever, and do the tester and see. Take a wipe and wipe it back off. If it leaves little sparkles behind, that's one of those shades that you guys like me to tell you about. Let's take this PLouise, that's the one I'm using right now that's open, and get some eye primer on. I will say this, I mean, Natasha has a great formula for her eyeshadows. She really does. I'm not taking that away from Natasha Denona at all. I think they're highly overpriced, but she has a lot of overhead. She's one of these companies that people like, I'm not going to name any names, but you know who they are, who will come out with a dupe. Charlotte Tilbury goes through this. And what people don't consider is that, like, Natasha has to make the shade that the other company just replicated. And they're not using the same ingredients and stuff that she is. Also, there's a lot of hype with words that are like proprietary kind of words, like back injected, stuff like that, which basically I think means instead of like filling up the pan with the eyeshadow and then pressing it at a certain level. I learned all this when we made my palette, which, shameless plug, if you don't know, is the Blessed Palette at Sydney Grace. You go get it. You will like it. Okay, but I learned when I made these with them that, like, I made all the shades here, mixed them and everything, and came up with all the shades I wanted, but I didn't know anything about, like, how they pressed them. So some are pressed a lot harder than others are pressed, depending on the performance that you want. And Natasha Denona, they like have their own words for what they do, and one of them is like back injected or something like that, which basically means somehow they're pressing it from the back forward. Maybe they're turning it upside down. I don't know. So this is a Rougher 16, and the first shade that I'm looking at and thinking, maybe I want to do that, is this shade down here called Paddle. But like, I just press that down and you can see that I've got quite a bit there. This is what I'm going to call my transition shade. So I'm just going to be high up on my crease between the brow bone and my crease with this shade. And I like it. I think that when you have a really good eyeshadow, you can do that. Okay. You don't need to sit here and keep blending. It's going to give you what you want just by pat it right there. There we go. That's what I want.
Feeling like Bob Ross. Just a little pat. Just a little pat, pat, pat. Just a little pat right there. Yeah, it's a beautiful little pat.
Then I want to go just a little bit darker. So what does this one say? Soft something. Soft spot. I have a soft spot for soft spot. Just going more on the, turn that brush a little bit. Then I'm just going to like tap out here a little bit more. You see how that's darker still? This is a neutral girl's dream, actually. This palette is. I'm not supposed to say that, am I? I'm supposed to say my palette, which it is, I think. I think if you like neutrals and pops of color, my palette is a bit, you know what I'm saying. Neutral gals will love this palette, I think. Anybody who bought the tan face palette, they're going to like this palette. It's going to go with it. You got to love an eyeshadow that you can just do this. And that's all. We can probably put these on with our fingers. A little organization would be good. All right, this one here is a 13. Let's go into Dip, which is darker still. Okay, I like it. And you see it creates that drama right there on the outside of my lid. I like it. I'm just layering. Light to dark here and creating a smoky. What else is new? I'm creating another smoky eye, guys. What a shock. Now, what kills me is I'm going to the doctor here in a little bit and, you know, try to convince them that I really don't feel good. I'm in a lot of pain. Yeah, you look like you're going out to dinner. You're in a lot of pain, aren't you? I'm not going to tell them that I have a YouTube channel. For some reason, this always sparks a lot of interest. Really? You have a YouTube channel? What is it? No, I don't want to tell you what it is. Because more and more, I don't look like this. More and more, I'm not feeling like putting on makeup and stuff. So you tell them you have a beauty channel and you look like death warmed over. Okay, I really like that. But we do need to use not a sparkle shade, you know I'm not going to do that, but something metallic. We're going to use a compact brush like this Refer 21. And I was thinking about going into Celeste because I wanted to talk to you about it. I think that's her one special shade in here that's supposed to mimic the Mia from the I Need a Nude palette. But I think I'm going to go into this one, Villa, up here. And we'll just talk about Celeste, okay? Because I'll show you something, what I'm talking about, okay? For those who are here new and you don't know what I'm talking about or why the person who asked me to do this palette wanted me to do the palette, okay, you will when we get done with that. I'm going to take Villa. It's so pretty. And, enough said. Okay, it's just beautiful. And I'm going to take my finger and get some more and pop it right in the center because if you were to get that wet or do that, look what happened. Woo. I really need my doctor to wonder what I'm doing. But since we're sitting here talking about that back injected thing. Actually, you don't know what I'm talking about because I cut that part out of this video, but Mia, the shade I just mentioned, is what they call a back injected shade. Okay, so this was something that was introduced, I think, in this palette, the I Need a Nude. And I'm not a Natasha Denona connoisseur, so I'm sure I'll get corrected below. But Mia is the shade, the back injected special thing, which is not like, it's a technique, okay? When they say special, like Mia, they're talking about Mia is see, it's like glass, right? Look at that. I think that the shade in this palette that they're saying is that one special shade like Mia, not meaning Mia's in here, but that they use the same technique, that back injected thing, okay? That would be this one here, I think. It's the one that looks and feels like glass to me. So Mia is more icy pink. And let me show you what I mean. So you see these, how they just glisten, they look wet. Beautiful, right?
Let me try to get that. Come on, Peta, focus. You know, Peta, you really make me mad here when you don't do this. What is wrong with you, Peta?
All right, maybe we're not going to be able to come in that close. You see what I mean, though? Now watch this. So this is a wet Huggy. I'm going to take this off. Now, the way this is pressed, I don't think it would fall down like some other shades that I really object to that are like this. But I don't know if I can come in close enough that you're going to be able to see. When this dries, little sparkles are going to be all over the back of my hand. Try not to look at the age spots. I know you're envious, but... Okay, I zoomed in and slowed this way down. If you look very closely, you should be able to see what I'm talking about. My problem with them is that they're so small that they can get into my pores. They're a big no-no for me. So that shade is not one I'm going to reach for all the time. I might take a tiny bit, okay, just like that, and glass it up a little. But I'm not going to get all crazy with it. But you're not going to see me in this one. Number one, it's kind of a gold tone, and I don't go for golds. But number two, there's way too much sparkle inside of that one. I think you can see it on spritz. Can you see them? The little sparkles? So if Natasha Denona or anybody else, they describe a shade as sparkly or has micro glitter or anything like that, Mary doesn't use it on her face. I really don't recommend you do either, but do what you want. It's your face. This is a Natasha Denona eyeliner. It's in, I think it's Burgundy. I like it. I like it. I've been visiting with my brother and just kind of taking it easy on my back, because one of the horrible things I do here for my back is this. This is the thing that hurts me the most, is sitting in this chair, whether I'm editing or just filming. It just, you can guarantee that in a little bit, which is kind of perfect that I'm going to the doctor today, because when I get done here, I won't hardly be able to walk. And he needs to see me like that. And I'm going to tell him. All I did was sit down and put on this makeup, and now look at me. I've been in physical therapy. I had steroid epidural on my back. It did nothing. It actually made it worse. If you can believe that. It's supposed to make it better, right? I've had 3 days in the last 3 weeks that I haven't had pain all day in my legs. So I would not call that a success. I've been in physical therapy. It's not helping. I'm doing it because I know that I need to be cooperative with them, right? I don't want anybody to say, well, she just won't do what she's told. Okay, well, I am doing what I'm told, and it's not helping. So, yeah, that's about all I got to say about that. And I don't know what comes next. I have an appointment with a surgeon, but, you know, I do want to get a second opinion after him. I want to go to this doctor. I've been researching doctors, and I have a neurosurgeon who is a specialist in complex spine conditions that I want to go see. He's also like double certified. He's an orthopedic surgeon as well. So I want to go see him after I see the back doctor where I go. Just to verify, because, you know, back surgery is a major deal. And I don't know. I saw this girl yesterday when I went to get my hair cut, and she had a back pump in. I can never remember which one of these two I like the best. I think when I wear like no makeup, this one is the one I like the best. But when I wear that, I like this one because it's the shade of the foundation. So we'll use this one. But she had a pain pump inside of her. There's always somebody worse, right? There's always somebody who's in worse shape than you. And God love her. I mean, I pray for her right there in the seat getting my hair cut, because I don't think they've got her adjusted yet to her medication, because you could tell that she was on something, right? And I asked her, I go, because I had questions about that. Like, I don't get it. How does the medicine get in there if it's inside you? And she was telling me there's like a little hole where she goes to the doctor, they like fill it up with fentanyl. Fentanyl. Oh my gosh. I would be asleep on the floor. And she was stumbling around a little bit. Like, I'm like, oh Lord, please help her. How bad is your pain? If you are on a fentanyl patch or a fentanyl, I shouldn't say that because I might end up there. I don't know. But wow. I mean, there's always somebody worse than you. I have found this to be true. I don't have a Natasha Denona powder. So I use my YSL, which is what I've got out here to use. But I do have a blush. We're all going out to dinner tonight because my brother is leaving tomorrow. So we're all going to go out and have one last dinner together tonight. And yeah, so it works out good that I'm putting on some makeup because, especially with my hair this short, Shy Guy said, "You look like a little boy." So I asked him yesterday, we went to the beef and boards, and I asked him yesterday when I got, you know what that is. I asked him yesterday after I got ready, do I still look like a little boy? He goes, no. Ooh, I did have a Natasha Denona bronzer. I forgot about that. It's a cream one. I'm sorry. That thing I will have, if it wouldn't go bad, I would have it till the end of time because it just takes the smallest dab of that stuff. It will last you a good long time. Some things, you know, you look at the price tag and go, no. But when you consider how long they last, this is like one of my most favorite brushes that I own currently. It's the Anniversary Refer one. The wood. I mean, this is luxury now. I love this brush. Anyway, this Natasha Denona, my dream, still has my heart. Still. I'll never get tired of this blush. I don't need a highlighter. Could have got one there on the end. And another one not blended in. That rhymed. Party, party. Does Natasha make a brow pencil? I don't think she does. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not a connoisseur of Natasha Denona. I'm going to do my mascara and my brows off camera because you've seen me do it 1,001 times. And then I'll be back, but I wanted to let you know this Natasha Denona is still my favorite lipstick. I've had a few of her lipsticks. This one's my favorite. It's Averyll. From the I Need a Nude line. Okay, I'll be back in just a little bit. See you then. Let's see what Natasha has to say about the Tan Eyeshadow Palette. The Tan Eyeshadow Palette is the ultimate summer essential. A radiant constellation of 14 brand new sandy brown neutrals and one iconic Natasha Denona shade inspired by Natasha's beloved tan cheek palette and the sun-kissed glow of Saint-Tropez. Featuring beachy tans, toasted browns, and luminous golden neutrals, this palette comes with 3 creamy mattes. Natasha has her own language, okay? 3 creamy mattes, 3 slip cream mattes, 6 metallics, including the viral Maya back injection formula, and 3 sparkling foiled finishes to create dimensional eye looks from day to night. Now, the reason I read that to you is because the question that was given to me was I going to review this palette because they thought I did a good job of pointing out which eyeshadows are, and I probably should take off my glasses or at least pull them down so you can see my eye look. Which one of these shades in here is going to create that sparkly mess that I don't like? And the reason I don't like it is because it will fall down onto my face in certain lights. You will catch the glistening of that. I hate that. I think it looks messy and old, like you've had your makeup on for 13 hours. And for me in particular, I have a problem when I remove it. Okay, there's so little. It's such a small sparkle that I have gotten them in my pores. And then the next thing you know, every time I do this with a palette like this and I get into those shades, the next thing you know, I have milia popping up. I also really don't want to deal with it might get in my eye or whatever. So I think that these sites do a pretty good job of telling you like what shades those are. All you got to do is look in the description and see if it says sparkling, microscopic, whatever, it's probably going to have some in it that falls down on your face. The biggest one I knew as soon as I opened this palette and looked at it was this one right there in the middle, which I wouldn't wear anyway because I don't like that color. Spritz. I shouldn't say I don't like that color. When my hair was brown, I would have been all over that. Okay. But I prefer cooler colors these days. So I wouldn't use this color anyway because I don't like it as well as something like Celeste or what was that Villa that we used? I used Villa up there. I actually did pop a little Celeste in the middle. And incidentally, that one special Denona shade, okay, it's this one, I'm pretty sure. I misunderstood. I thought they put Mia in there again. No, it's a Mia type shade. Okay, it's what they call a back injected shade, which I wrote down here because I'm not going to remember it. A little bit about that because, So when Natasha Denona says in this tan palette that it contains the viral Mia back injection formula. That's what it is. She's calling it a back injection formula. She isn't specifying which shade it is. Based on the textures, I'm going to think it's probably Celeste. But if you're hearing people say the viral Mia shade, they're talking about the Mia shade in the I Need a Nude. And when I opened it and showed you, Mia's right there. Okay, it's got a pretty good dent in it. It does have all these little sparkly glitters on it, but the way it's pressed, it doesn't cause, just like Celeste, it's not going to cause a problem with fallout on your face, okay? This isn't the problem with Natasha Denona's sparkles for the most part. With me, it's when I go to take it off. I can't say this palette is like a waste of money. I really can't. If it is like your ride or die thing to wear is neutrals and you just want like one palette, you don't want a whole drawer full of palettes, then get my palette. No, seriously, this would be worth the money, I would think. I have several Natasha Denona palettes that I love, and I can say that I Need a Nude and this one here would be the ones I grabbed, if not my little tiny. It's just got 3 shadows in it, and I just love that thing. So creamy mattes are her standard mattes. And you saw that I don't even have to blend. They're ready. And this is probably why makeup artists, Natasha Denona is a makeup artist. This is why makeup artists love to use her shadows, because they get what they need out of the gate without having to work. As I pointed out many times before, sometimes the cheaper product isn't necessarily the best product as far as longevity, as far as how long the product itself lasts. And, like I was saying when I was getting ready, without naming any names, there are companies out there who will produce a palette that looks like this palette. And the end result, if you know what you're doing with makeup, will look the same. But they are able to give you that price. Even though they're an inferior shadow, they're able to give you that price because Natasha Denona, Charlotte Tilbury, the higher end makeup artists' makeup, Lisa Eldridge, they have done all the hard work. And then all the other company had to do was come behind and replicate a shadow that looks the same. It might not feel the same. It may kick up dust everywhere. It may not blend the same, but it's going to look, when they're done, the same. Just saying, this palette might be worth the $72 that she's charging, depending on how you like to put on your makeup and how much makeup you want. I know you guys are going, I'm hearing this and I want to hear this. So I want you guys to know what a blessing you are to me. Thank you again to my very dear friend. Okay, you know who you are. I will always think of you. When I look at that palette, when I use that palette, I will always remember where it came from. Just like everything you guys have sent me in here, I will always look at it and smile and remember where it came from. And I've been able to do that because my channel isn't so huge that I don't know who sent what. Okay, I love you all. You are my blessing. I hope if you're not having a blessed day, you know that all you have to do is go be a blessing to somebody else. And if the Lord's willing, I'll see you next time. Love you. See ya. Bye. And I'm out.